Hey there, and welcome back to Sleep M. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. My name is Emily. I had the gastric sleeve bariatric procedure on January 9th. This is a weight loss procedure, and this is my 3-month follow-up, which is just shocking to me because the first 6 weeks after surgery went incredibly slow. I felt like there was a lot of getting used to it, and then it went from month 2 to month 3 like that, and I'm really excited to be sharing this journey with everyone. So if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I really enjoy everybody's words of wisdom, encouragement, and this community out here on YouTube has just been phenomenal with all the suggestions and things that I've been getting. I'm not perfect, but I'm going to be as real as I can with you guys and just kind of show you what I go through. So this month has been a little bit crazy. If you watched last week's video, I showed that we were packing to go on a trip to Moab, which we went to last weekend when that actually aired. And we had a fabulous time in Moab. I shot a lot of footage, and I'm still not quite as good as an editor as I would like to be, so I don't have the video fully completed, but probably next weekend I'll be uploading that. It's just taking me a little bit more time to get through, but it's really cool, all the footage I have and how beautiful it was there, and it just felt so great to go on a vacation, to be well prepared, and just enjoy the great outdoors. I just love going to national parks, and we had the best time. With that being said, one of the things I wanted to talk to you about this week is I hit the 3-month weight stall. I did not know this was existent until I started watching YouTube videos, and I watched a lot of people complain around the 3 months, things really start to slow down, there's a stall, and I was hoping it wouldn't happen to me, but it happened. And I'm not overly upset about it because when I decided to do this procedure, I knew that it would be a lifelong change. It's not something short term. And that's the big difference between this and a diet. This is something I can do long term. I know I can. I'm training myself to do it long term. And so basically when I left for Moab, I was at the same weight for an entire week. And then when I came back from Moab, I had gained a pound, a little bit over a pound. And it was really scary. And as much as I am upset about it and it kind of broke my heart, I also had to look at it, since this is a lifestyle change, how am I going to make a positive out of this? So I feel like it was a time, a little bit of a wake-up call that you just have to keep on it. When we were in Moab, we were in a tent. We had to have a fire going to keep the tent warm. You'll see all of that. And it was difficult for me to eat within an hour of when I first got up. Then we made breakfast with my family. We ate lunch with my family and supper with my family. And those 2 meals in between, they didn't quite happen. I tried sometimes to have a peanut butter packet or a granola bar, but it was crazy. I wasn't hungry, and it was hard to organize everything with that and grab something when nobody else was eating. It kind of just felt funny to me, especially because I'm the one that's supposed to be doing the weight loss and I'm the one that's eating so often. So I do think that really did impair me. I feel like I was told by my nutritionist that is to keep your metabolism up. And I think she's right. I think I felt better. I feel better. I know I do when I'm having those 6 small meals instead of, well, the 5 to 6 small meals, I should say, instead of those 3 meals daily. When we packed, we definitely packed, good proteins, things like that. But there were a couple slip-ups. We had potato salad with our brats one night, and I couldn't help myself. I had a bite, which is just completely wrong. And then we went for a burger on the Monday when we came back, and we ordered a basket of frings, and I had, 1 or 2 onion rings, which are breaded. Again, probably not the best decision, but again, I'm human. But when I stepped on the scale and saw what I had done to myself, I got really upset with myself. And it was a call that Tuesday when I go back to work, we get back to the schedule, we get back to what we know has been working and not mess up. It was my birthday on Fridays and it was incredibly hard. So I took Friday off of work just to spend with some friends. And Thursday they had cupcakes down in the lobby for opening day for the Rockies. My boss made me a dessert, which was really sweet because it didn't contain any extra sugar or anything, and she tried to do her best to make it healthiest for me. And so that was greatly appreciated. But those cupcakes downstairs, I just know I'm not even going to tempt myself around them. I can watch somebody else eat them, but that's just not for me anymore. I chose this path and I'm going to stick to it. And so potatoes are probably the hardest thing that I have to give up, but I feel like the least I have them, the less I crave them. And so not even allowing myself to have, a few bites is just really what I'm going to have to work on. And I know that I'm doing great, and sometimes they get in my mind that you're doing so great. You deserve to reward yourself. Well, I rewarded myself with food for so many years. It just can't be the case anymore, but rewards can be other things. Like for my birthday, I rewarded myself with getting some new makeup or, stuff like that, and I enjoy that as well. So I'm trying to figure out, I do think when I hit my 100 pound, I will want to reward myself with maybe a little getaway over the weekend. Maybe we could go camping or something fun, not food. So I learned about that. The other thing is that my stomach is definitely getting bigger. It's a big plus when it comes to water because I'm able to drink a larger amount of water than I used to, and that really helps me get my water in. At the same time, it absolutely terrifies me that I'm just going to overeat because it's definitely bigger. So I've been bringing back out my scale, which I know my dietitian had kind of said the scale, you can say 3 ounces, yes, but 3 ounces of chicken are going to be different than 3 ounces of yogurt, which are true. But to me, it makes me feel like a little bit more in control when I measure things out. And I'm measuring things out to about 3 to 4 ounces now instead of 2 to 3. But my dietitian said that usually around the 6th month, I can eat a half a cup of food. At a year, I can eat a cup. And then I just never go over that cup of food. And so I'm probably going to have to be measuring myself anyways in the future. So I'm just going to start it right now. And I feel like that's really been helping. And it is kind of nice to have a little bit more space. I don't have an issue of feeling that, oh my God, full. I actually haven't had that in a while. So that's really nice about it. And then I just feel cold constantly, which is odd because it's springtime. It's like nice outside. And I've always been a hot person, and it's official. I'm always cold. And they told me that that's not going away. So that's happening. And the last thing I want to talk about, which is just a tragedy. I'm so upset. But I have started losing the hair. It's coming out in clumps, and there's a lot being lost. And it's definitely noticeable to me. My ponytail is smaller. My mom was shocked when I was telling her. I was like, yeah, can't you tell? Look how small. But I am lucky. I have a lot of hair. It's not overly thick, but there's just a lot of it. So I had a friend in town last week before we left for Moab, and she cuts hair, and she was looking for a place to stay. So she stayed at our place while we were in Moab. So she cut my hair for free, which was just so nice of her because I feel like I got the real bargain on my end. But she was cutting my hair, and she goes, well, I go, I'm losing it. It's not looking pretty. The ends just look so unhealthy because so much of it was falling out and not staying around. And she said, well, what do you feel comfortable with cutting? And I said 3 to 5 inches. And afterwards she goes, I cut off 6. And I am so thankful that I did this because it made my ends look a lot fuller. And even though I'm losing hair, It made my hair look so much more healthier. I'm so in love with it. She did such a wonderful job. And Allie, if you're watching, thank you so much. I know that probably not everybody has that opportunity if you have shorter hair, but I have longer. So if you start to lose your hair, really give it a good cut. It just makes the ends look healthier, and it makes my hair actually look fuller than when, or it makes me look like I have more hair now that it's shorter than when I had it long. So I'm dealing with that. I know it's supposed to go on for about another 3 months, and I'm not looking forward to it. And I'm also not looking forward to the regrowth when I have just a ton of shorter hair, but I'll have to talk to Allie about what I can do with that. She's been a great help. So those are the main points that I really wanted to bring out, and I know this is what everybody cares about anyways, is the statistics. So if you have been watching, I started out, I would say my highest weight was at my preoperative appointment. I know a lot of people go through a diet ahead of time. I had to go through a 3-month diet, but my 3-month diet ended in October, and then I went through Thanksgiving, Christmas parties, all that stuff right before, and I gained back what I had lost plus a little extra, which I'm not really proud of, but now that I've had the surgery, I don't know if the pre-op diet really would have helped me that much. It is nice to have that jump start on losing weight, but afterwards I've been so laser focused on losing weight, I don't really think it matters that much to me, in my opinion. So I started off, my highest weight was my pre-op appointment the week before surgery. I was at 378, and today I weighed in at 309.4. So I have a total loss of 68.6 pounds, which is crazy to me. I just can't believe that I've lost 68.6 pounds. I talked to some of my friends, and I'm like, it's like the majority of you. And at work, I've been having a lot more patients comment and ask what I've been doing, and I'm just like, well, I cut my stomach off, so it's all good. And I've been getting a lot of support, and it's kind of funny because sometimes patients, they don't want to say anything, and I've heard this in other videos that people think it's rude when they comment that you're losing weight, which is kind of funny to me because I had a lot of patients tell me you would be so much happier if you lost the weight, or if you were diagnosed with cancer, you would have a harder time recovering. I would hear things like that all the time, and you're such a pretty girl, but you'd be so much prettier if you lost the weight. I had a lot of patients tell me that, and it's kind of funny because the same patients that told me that aren't commenting on my weight loss, and I don't know, it doesn't really bother me because at the end of the day, I'm doing it for myself. I'm not doing it for others, but I love a good compliment when I can get one. So it is nice when people come in and ask, and I've been very transparent with the patients at work and also with my friends and family and just people in general, because I don't want people to like see me one day and be like, oh my God, what happened to you? Because I've been overweight my entire life, and that's what people kind of expect from me. And with me losing weight so rapidly, I just don't want to have such an awkward conversation or rumors be started that I have like some weird disease or addiction or something that's making this happen. I'm losing my addiction to food. So I really appreciate all the comments and support I've had from everybody. Okay, and now it's time for my side-by-side. So my neck has gone from 17 inches is now down to 15.5. That's a 1.5 inch loss. My bust went from 15.5 to 51 inches for a 1.5 inch loss. My waist is the big loser, goes from 54 to 47. That is a 7 inch loss. My hips started off at 63 inches, now down to 58. That's 5 inches. My left arm started off at 21, now down to 18. 3 inches. My right arm is the same, 21 to 18, down 3 inches. My left thigh started off at 36 inches, now down to 34, a 2 inch loss, and my right thigh started off at 35.5, down to 33, a 5.2 inch loss. So overall, I am really ecstatic about all my loss in inches as well. I am finding that my clothes, obviously you can tell from the before to what I am now, are not fitting the way I would like them to fit. I have not gone out and bought any new clothes. I'm trying to suck every life out of the clothes I have just because clothes are expensive. But I think within this next month, I'm going to have to probably go stop at Goodwill or something and get some smaller sizes. I started off at like a 26, 28, and I think I'm down to like a 22, 24. The Easter dress I wore was an 18, 20, so I am definitely down, and it's been really exciting. And I just feel really blessed for all the support I have. So I will be back next week. I'll make sure to show you my Moab trip, and we'll go through some more of my journey with my gastric sleeve. See you next week.